What's up everybody, Brett here, and we are back playing some Artifact on my YouTube channel, Good Talk Gaming. And I think today we're just going to do a casual fandom draft. I had some free time today and I was thinking, you know what, let's just fire up a draft and get it recorded. Hopefully it'll go well. If not, no big deal. We don't lose anything. It's casual, which is one of the things I really love about this game. Alright, so right off the bat, we have some interesting choices. Lycan is a hero that I've essentially, I don't think I've ever gotten to draft him. So I would be pretty happy to take him here, first pick him, and see if we can't make a deck around him. He has decent stats, and his passive is really good, as well as his card. So I like him as a first pickup. Ogre Conscripts, if we want to go like red, green. There's also Disciple, which is a very solid black card, and honestly could synergize very well if we're intending to go wide. With green minions, or green creeps I should say. And there's also Troll Soothsayer, who's probably better than both of these two, strictly speaking. It is uncommon. It just straight up draws you an extra card every round. You put this in a safe spot in the lane, and over the course of a long game, it could end up drawing you many cards. However, I think I'm going to take the Conscripts and look to make some sort of perhaps a beefy red green deck and see if that kind of pans out for us. And then here, unfortunately, I don't quite love these two red cards. They're not really the same caliber as Ogre Conscripts, and we really don't have any green. I don't value Altar of the Moon very highly. I think the best cards in this pack are probably the Oath and Hipfire, and Golden Ticket can help you swing games. So I'm going to take the Hipfire. And let's take the Golden Ticket. It's a very neutral card. It'll go in whatever color deck we may end up playing. And Sucker Punch here is great for red. And let's see. You know, I don't really love Bellow. We're not really getting hooked up with the green here. Pick a Fight's not bad. We can take that. Go a little heavier into red. And we could take a Blessing and a Crippler here. Fractured Timeline's a pretty good blue card, but that's kind of like the one color we're not quite drafting. Venomancer I could see being very good actually with Lycan. Just trying to go super wide with Plague Wards and Wolves. We'll just take those two. Yeah, a lot of junk cards here. Tidehunter, okay. Whoa. This is not a card that I'm familiar with. This looks like something that gets played heavily in Standard, I would have to imagine. Is this worth trying to dip into blue for? I wonder. Bronze Legionnaire is a great early game creep for us. If we ignore the Incarnation, which could be Madness, I think honestly this is more of a standard card than a draft card, and we're already so heavy in red, and I think our strategy is going to be to overrun our opponents with excellent creeps. I like these two. Hipfire is also a great card. I don't mind the Sister of the Veil. I'd like to grab a gold mine, and I actually am pretty high on Tidehunter as a hero. But there we go, Sven. Sven is more aggressive, and aggression is, I think, what this deck wants to do. I love Stonehall Cloak. I think Rebel Decoy is fine. And once again, another gold mine. But we don't have to be black. I think our idea here is to be green-red and see how that goes. We're just not getting a lot of the good green creatures. And a Bolt. Just another great rare blue card there. Take a Broadsword and a Bolt. We're not really missing out on anything else, I don't believe. Take another Avernus' Blessing and another Sucker Punch. Take a ring. Clear the deck. And guys, I am by no means an expert on any of this, so take what I say with a grain of salt. I hope you enjoy watching these games, but I'm not trying to to play them or draft from the perspective of myself being an expert. So Satyr Duelist and Arm the Rebellion, 2 good green pickups. Rix is not quite the hero we want. Can be very good if you're able to get him suited up with some very good items. And then the fact that he just comes back every turn can be very annoying. And a Beastmaster is someone I will take. Once again, he allows us to summon more units to the battlefield, more creeps, which is, I think, going to be our strategy. And a Rebel Decoy over a late game Roseleaf Rejuvenator. Man. A 3rd Blessing doesn't feel that great. Take a Mantle here. And take a Corrosive Mist. It can help us if we're ever falling behind terribly in a particular game. And Blade of the Vigil is a nice pickup, finally. Darkseer, okay. Interesting. I have never seen Cheating Death before. That is an interesting card. I think we're going to pass on Darkseer simply because the cards in this pack are so strong. Arm the Rebellion is something I'm looking at. Also Satyr Duelist. And of course Ogre Conscripts is just a very powerful 6-drop. And I'm leaning towards that over this Cheating Death card. Yeah. You know, I know this is good, and I think this is good, so I'm going to go with what I know. I would love to have all these other cards, but it's just not the way this pack is shaking out for us. Abaddon is great, as well as another Bronze Legionnaire. I don't think we need a 4th Hellbear Crippler. We would probably run one if we got it, but Abaddon is great, or Abaddon, depends on how you like to say him. And yeah, so good pickups here. Divine Intervention. I had played some games last night. I had double Chin with 2 Divine Interventions in my deck, and once I got to turn 3, like every lane I had that had a green hero and it was just immortal. Felt pretty good. I think I played 4 of Chin's signature cards in a row. Hand of God. Yeah, felt pretty gross. We could just take a musket here. It's a fine weapon. And a pike is also fine. Crippling blow, I don't mind. And we're just not black at this point. We'll just pass that, grab the vestments. Okay. Steam Cannon, that's such a good card. Alright. Focus, focus. I like New Orders. We don't have that kind of an effect yet. Could just take a 4th Hellbear Crippler. That feels greedy. I love Hourglass. This card can just single-handedly win you games if it sits in a lane long enough. It's not quite what we want to do. I think it synergizes much better with blue deck, where you have cards that can naturally lock out your opponents. Dang. Let's take the New Orders. Fight Through the Pain. These are all kind of on par in my mind right now. I'm going to take New Orders just because it's a different effect that we don't already possess. Burning Oil seems like a great pickup. I would love to have this cloak, if possible. We don't currently have one, but enough magic is such a great combat trick that we're going to take that. And another Crippler, of course. I don't think we need a Solemnity's Favor. I would rather just go deep on the minions. Our deck isn't really trying to do any kind of big things. You'll look here, our green curve stops on turn 3. I really don't like Defensive Stance at all. Combat Training. Temple. Last pick Bounty Hunter. That's interesting. We don't have the black to run that, so I don't think we will. Honestly, for me right now, it's up between Keith the Bold if our red feels heavier, or Farvin the Dreamer. And I like Farvin because he summons minions, which, you know, they don't have any attack on their own, but they help us go wide, which is good because we do have double Arm the Rebellion. So let's see who we want to run first. We can do something like Sven, Keith, and Abaddon. Follow him up with Lycan and Beastmaster. That may not be correct. I want to have my hard hitters out right at the beginning. We'll figure that out in a moment, but let's get our best cards in. We'll wait on new orders. We want both of our Bronze Legionnaires, that's for sure. We'll take a combat training. I think we run perhaps all of our Hellbear Cripplers. Decoy, maybe 2 blessings. No, we don't want Crippling Blow. It's confusing that for Sucker Punch. Both of our Arm the Rebellions for sure. That's definitely one of our win conditions. Divine Intervention and both of those. Alright, so we definitely have room in this deck for some different stuff. We could stand to run. Let's just throw in both of these. We'll have 4 Avener's Blessings. And for red, we're definitely going to run new orders. Pick a Fight might be a nice effect for us to have, as well as something like the Corrosive Mist. In case we find ourselves falling behind in items, we can just get rid of our opponent's items. I mean, even if you play this and you only get rid of one of your opponent's items, it's still a 1-for-1 trade. It's not bad. Alright, this looks like the deck. Let's go ahead and throw in our plate, both of the pikes, the fur-lined mantle, the golden ticket, the hourglass, and the ring. And I think we play 3 Traveler's Cloaks, honestly. Maybe a broadsword. I love the versatility of the musket. Broadsword costs 7, that costs 7. I'm going to take the musket over the broadsword. I think they're pretty much equal. But the thing that I like is this has an activated ability, which sometimes allows you to kind of bait your opponent into trading actions with you. Like you'll do this, it doesn't really matter the 2 damage that you do, and then they'll play another card, maybe a card that they didn't need to play. I found myself in the past able to bait people into doing that. And is this how we want to run this? I think so. That feels good. Let's register it up. And I think we have a bit of a shortage on powerhouse cards. We really just want to go wide and arm the rebellion, and that's how we're going to try and win. We don't really have any great improvements, which is a little rough. But let's see what we can do. It's not the most tactically interesting deck I've ever drafted, but it could still be fun. And we get pinged there with Lucent Beam. No plays. We'll just eat a minion, get a little gold. Alright, Lycan's buffing this minion, or this melee creep. Gonna get past some of Enchantress's regen here. We could modify Lycan, and I think we might just want to do that. Make use of our mana. It'll do 2 more damage to the tower. Lycan's stats are a little lackluster on their own. But now he feels good. Clearing this lane just feels great. Just hoping the opponent doesn't have anything. They could easily have Debbie's signature card, no accident, which would force this to be a trade. We'll still come out of it with our 2 creeps, and they'll just have an empty board. But, I mean, if I was the opponent, I would probably do it. Prevent me from buying some sort of healing salve and just staying in the lane. Yeah, or that too. Now it's just a straight trade. Yep, that's fair. That's a powerhouse card in the late game. It can single-handedly win you the game. And we can go here with Beastmaster. Wouldn't be surprised to see Farvin drop there as well. Yeah. Now we have Stonehall Plate. Let's see where this beam hits. Okay. Stonehall Plate, I think we're going to put that on Lycan. Unlucky curve there, but that's okay. At least our tower's not taking a lot of damage. Here, let's go ahead and put the plate on Lycan. Well, before we do that, we should really look at Beastmaster. He's getting it a pretty terrible curve. We'll give him the plate and see how our opponent responds. And then we could perhaps put our Satyr in this lane. Okay, interesting. You know what, we'll put our Savage Wolf here.
Come, my friends. You must be hungry.
I should have realized, the way the regeneration works in this game is kind of crazy. He's actually not going to die. That was pretty bad. For some reason, they heal before they die. It really doesn't make sense. But our guy's just going to keep getting stronger and stronger. It's not a big deal. And now we can double drop Sven and Abaddon next turn. And this, once again, it's a bit of an unlucky curve, but we are going to, hopefully, take care of this Disciple of Nevermore. And that feels pretty good, because the Disciple is a decently scary card if left on the battlefield. And we have a bit of gold, enough to buy something, hopefully. I would have loved to get that pike. Anyway, let's take a full heal. We can use that on Beastmaster, or anyone that he tries to target. I feel like now's a good time to try and contest that lane. And we can also Sven in the mid lane. Sven's going to drop in the center. We know that. That'll probably allow us to take out Enchantress. And we can Fountain Flask, heal up our Beastmaster, hopefully. Yeah, would have loved to get that pike. Our heroes kind of suffer from having somewhat low base attack damage. And if we could get a pike going this early on really anyone, by the time this game develops into the late game, we could have someone who just deals a ton of damage. So Debbie's going right in front of Keith. He had to know that, so I'm expecting him to make some kind of play. Really hoping this Lucent Beam doesn't hit Keith.
Nowhere to run.
It did. Well, maybe that was good. He seems to be dying anyway. Yeah. The extra damage from Meticulous Planner hadn't triggered yet. We can keep Keith alive, but then we really have no plays in this lane. We can give him one at... Well, we can also stun. Yeah, we can stun this hero and just take Debbie out. Stunned heroes can't do damage, and you can't cast colored cards of that color. So if we stun her, they won't be able to play any black cards, and Keith will survive. Alright. So he's forcing our hand there.
There's no escape.
So we're trading a hero for a hero.
This'll help with the job.
Alright. You stay alive. One more turn.
I won't let you escape that easily.
Okay, short sword on Luna. Opponent was able to pick up a lot of really cheap things, which is good for them. We could honestly enough magic and prevent him from doing anything that saves him. But I have a good feeling about getting this Satyr online early. And this could be a lane that we potentially can burst down once we take the tower. Our Wolf and our Satyr are just going to get stronger and stronger. And next turn, if we feel it, we can arm the Rebellion.
Okay. Okay, this is good.
Yeah, that's what I had a feeling was going to happen. It sucks, but it bought him a turn. And I don't think this is the hero he really wanted to put this on. The real problem is that we don't have any plays here. And Beastmaster won't be coming down.
Stay by my side.
Alright, that's going to prevent a good bit of damage. I'd be very surprised if the opponent plays anything in this lane. Yeah, and they're just going to pass. Call that good. Man, no gold and no ability to buy anything. Let's hope for some good draws. Interesting curves here. Put down the Rebel Decoy and swap him with Keith.
I'll give my life
Keith will
for
kill
you.
him, or Luna rather, and she'll kill Debbie, but I'm honestly not expecting it to go that smoothly. We also have borrowed time to heal and protect our Abaddon.
Eclipse.
Yeah, Eclipse. That's what I was expecting. Wow. That did not feel good. The only way to play around that was to just borrow time or Abaddon to make sure he didn't get full value.
Are you hungry, my friend?
But here I think we just arm the Rebellion. We may not get better chance to do that than we have right now.
Your kindness is an example to all enchanters. Well, not me, but most.
Man, that sucks. If we heal this now, we save it. What a weird play. But this wolf represents a lot of damage. And they just get stronger and stronger. He's going to have some sort of board wipe to get rid of them.
I'll take care of it. We win.
Okay, that feels pretty bad. This may be the lane we have to give up on in order to try and salvage the left lane. Or we could potentially just try and stall out left and right lane and just burst down mid. We're going to be taking the tower this turn, probably. Hopefully Beastmaster goes somewhere nice. Honestly not sure what to do, because depending on where he lands, we could just go enough magic, force him to kill something that we want to kill. He could honestly just be sitting on another Eclipse. probably would do a ton of damage to us. And if that's the case, I kind of want a Traveler's Cloak first. Or maybe we want to save that for Sven. Yeah, that doesn't... We could Primal Roar stun him and then move her to a different lane, which prevents any blue shenanigans in this lane. But we honestly don't want her accidentally landing in that lane either.
15 seconds remaining.
Honestly hoping that she would go to a different lane. But now we can drop Call of the Wild and hopefully hit Debbie. He could still have no accident. Yeah, okay.
You think I travel alone?
That's pretty lucky from him. Really hoping to kill Debbie there, but we did not get it.
Let's kill someone.
That's even luckier. That's a pretty amazing series of luck there. But at least we don't lose the tower this turn.
You didn't give me any choice.
We just have no way whatsoever to save Sven. But we can drop our Hellbear.
15 seconds remaining.
See what he does, and we could potentially arm the rebellion. It's scary. I mean, he has all this board clear, which is very good against us. Savage Wolf kills Enchantress, I believe. Damn. Or we can just boost Lycan some more.
I have the strength to kill my enemies.
Okay. It's good for the opponent. Arm the Rebellion would not have saved the wolf.
Instincts are whole. The dance begins.
We really need to see where our minions are going to go this following turn. Okay, they're just taking this tower. We can't stop it. We have to go double drop left lane to have any hope at all of saving and salvaging this game. Just some very kind of lucky RNG from the opponent. Probably going to give them this game. And we may need to choose a combat target there. So we didn't get any minions, unfortunately. But we can play Savage Wolf. Kind of sucks a little bit because they could have some great black card that just wrecks us, and if we just proceed to the combat phase, we know we're safe. But we have so many things that we want to play. Getting down a Savage Wolf here would be excellent. Yeah, that's what we were afraid of, I guess. He's going to be able to triple drop next turn and she'll be fully healed, but that's okay. I mean, our keep doesn't take damage. We do more damage to the tower. We can give a pike to Abaddon. And I think we give the cloak to someone, but we hold on to the veil. Avernus Blessing as well. That may change the clock for us a bit. Next turn, yeah, we have lethal on the tower next turn. Now we still have Arm the Rebellion. Unfortunately, we got an extremely unlucky curve.
We will not stop until they are destroyed.
See, and this is something I don't know. It doesn't apply here because he has a minion directly in front of him. But would we be able to, if he didn't, and he was attacking someone sideways, would we be able to change his target to the tower? I'm not quite sure. But this is super unfortunate. It would be nice to have this tower down this turn, but we just don't. And he's going to have access to some strong cards. He has initiative. He'll probably play another Eclipse and just like wipe us, which feels pretty bad. Thunderhide pack, interesting. May have wanted to save that for the first lane, but that kind of just tells me he probably has that Eclipse. Pick up another cloak. The more HP we have in this lane, and he's going to get 2 minions mid. That's kind of unbelievable. Wow, do we have to go mid just to make sure that we win that lane? Because if he triple drops here, we'll have 5 people in front of us, and we can't really guarantee that we can beat them. And then he'll be racing in that lane. Let's drop Sven here. Yeah, and he did triple drop in that lane, which means I think we're still fine. We can proceed straight to the combat stage with enough magic if we're able to. We'll see what he plays. Oh, Divine Intervention. That's a great card for us. Perfect card for us. That's a pretty hard thing to play around.
Show you what I can do.
Now, we played it instantly instead of playing like the Bronze Legionnaire right off the bat. And that's mostly because... hold on, let's do this first. Back to safety. That's mostly because... we just wanted to make sure we didn't get our entire lane nuked. Damn. He had double Thunderhide pack. Yeah, I don't think there was ever anything we could do about that.
The Legion has arrived. I look so fancy.
Can we purge Siege? I doubt it. He's got Siege here and here. This feels really bad. No, that doesn't work. Okay. So guys, that was a pretty GG. We had a chance there, I feel. But really, perhaps not really. Double Thunderhide pack. The siege damage just goes up and over, and there's really nothing you can do about it. We can view our opponent's deck real quick. That's kind of a neat feature in this game. So we can kind of see what their game plan was. They had At Any Cost. That could have been a scary card for us to deal with. Triple Dimensional Portal. So they were trying to go wide as well. And yeah, double Thunderhide pack at the end. They had both of them. Yeah, we needed them to have one less Thunderhide pack than they had. That's okay. That was a good game. Thank you to our opponent. And guys, once again, my name is Brett. My channel is Good Talk Gaming. I hope you enjoyed this match. Unfortunately, it's a loss. When I play on my own, I win way more games than I lose. I actually abandoned, to start this video, a really sweet run where I hadn't lost yet. So yeah, I don't want to bring you guys losses, but as long as they're well-fought losses and they were interesting games, I have no quarrels with that. Hope you liked the video. Subscribe if you haven't already. Like the video if you did. And leave a comment if you saw a line of play that I did not see, or if you disagree with the draft in some way. I can take constructive criticism, guys. It does not bother me. And because I am still somewhat new to the game, card evaluation, you know, I could be a little off. There was probably room in there for a decent blue draft, but we didn't, you know, we didn't jump on it soon enough, and we focused to try and get the best card count that we could. We just really didn't get the green and red cards that we hoped to. Some of the packs just felt very weak. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one, in the next part of the video, where we try not to go 0-2 and embarrass ourselves. Alright, see you later.